welcome guys, welcome. It's Friday night, thank fuck. I've had enough of that week. It's just been shit. Tonight, guys, we are joined by Dark Phoenix Paranormal. Now, I'm really going to start this a wee bit different than usual tonight, guys, because these ladies have been through so much, and tonight this is about cheering these guys up because I think that they need it. But what I will say tonight is that if anyone, and I mean anyone, comes on this live to attack these girls, so help me Lord, yous better be ready for what's coming to yous, because I will give you it tight and I will block yous. These ladies are here to have a good time and not here for your bullshit. So if you don't like them, don't watch. I'm not going to be offended if I don't have a viewer. Oh, but I have a viewer there. I can see the dog in the background. But just, I will eat them alive, Nettie. You better believe it. If they start coming on this live trying to cause shit. So, ladies, I don't know fuck all about you, I've got to be honest. So, do you...
Don't take that as an insult. Shouldn't you fuck all about me and I was a co-host?
Oh my God, this is where see, you just can't leave that alone, brother. So, ladies, do you want to start by telling everyone who you are and about your journey in the paranormal?
Yeah, we are Dark Phoenix Paranormal. Obviously, we're married, so it's just the two of us. We have got an extra team member, which is Cal's mum. But she lives in a few miles away. So it's always me and Cal usually that go out. And we've got plenty of things, haven't we, that we've done, that we've been to, that we've enjoyed. What was our last one? Stoke Museum.
Oh, that was amazing.
Stoke Museum. Stoke Haunted Museum.
I went in as a skeptic and I've come out as a believer.
She did.
So what was it, Kelly, that changed you from going from that skeptic to a believer? What was the experience that had happened that changed that for you?
I don't know.
It's quite a few things, really.
I know. I got hit with a headache, didn't I?
Yeah.
And that was just on the tour. We wasn't even investigating at that point, and I was hit with a headache. And then every time the team leader said my name, the music box kept going off.
Oh, wow.
We had clarification, though. We found something out that nobody else...
Yeah. That was
nobody else had found out. And it was good to go back to the one that owns it and say, well, look, this is what came through. And they were like, nobody knows about that. And there was a hidden room and things like that. So it was that really, wasn't it?
Yeah.
The clarification of that.
Oh wow, that was pretty cool. We'll just do a couple of highs. Hello, Nettie. Hey, Mort. Hey, Andy. Well, don't you worry. Hey, Tracy. Hey, Eric. Hello. I was about to say hey, Lois. Hey, Rita. Hey, Vicky. Don't worry about it. Nick's late, so I wouldn't worry about it. That's my other co-host. We have a running joke. Nick couldn't be early for anything, seriously. So we'll have this good game where we all guess what time Nick will come in it. And it's so funny because he just takes it in the, totally in the chin when we say about his lateness. But that's what makes Nick.
Yeah, that's what makes him.
Oh God, yeah. Oh God, aye. So, how long have you been doing the paranormal?
We celebrated our first birthday as Dark Phoenix on the 1st of October.
Do you know that's what caught my eye about you ladies, was the name? Because when I had a group and I called it Phoenix Paranormal. So it was when I seen the Phoenix Paranormal, that's what caught my eye. But I like your wee addition to the Dark Phoenix Paranormal. I really like that, definitely. What made you use the Phoenix.
Well, we had come out of a paranormal team, hadn't we, previously?
Yeah.
And it was, I don't know, we put it in the group chat as a vote.
It's just like everybody see what like
Sounds like
pick a name and we'll decide. We'll have a group vote on what wins and Dark Phoenix won.
She did want to change it to the Dyke side, the Dyke Paranormal. She didn't want to change it to that. I was like, no, don't.
See, to be honest, that's quite a catchy name. I don't think there'd be anybody that could scale that one. You wouldn't have to worry about folk trying to steal that name. I actually really like that. That one's really a good, catchy one.
Yeah, but if I'd have changed the name, I'd have actually have changed the logo. What would you have done for the logo that wasn't crude?
To be fair, I would say personally, if you chose that name, I would have suggested, and this is just my sense of humour, but having a phoenix but with the pride flag is the logo. I think that one would have been pretty funny.
Now, we'll be changing our name next week.
Oh, sorry, that's my fault. I shouldn't be encouraging you, Kelly. I do apologise. Hey Stephen, hey Suzanne. Next, Nick's getting dogged up for the ladies. The Casanova that he is. Nick is having a wee bit of a sore back as we speak. Hey Sarah Louise, hey Mark, hey Vicky. Hey, whatever makes you happy, sure. Hey Roger. So yeah, it's one of the hardest things, I think. See, when you're making a paranormal team, to come up with a name, I think that's the hardest bit of all of it.
Yeah,
That's what we
definitely.
found, wasn't it? Was the hardest part of it. Is the
Yeah.
name. Because
Mm-hmm.
there were so many of us to begin
Yeah,
with.
when we first started, there was what 9, 10 of us.
Yeah, and it was so hard to get a name that everybody liked, that everybody had decided on, and that's why it was Dark Phoenix, because people chose the dark, they wanted the dark side, and then obviously they chose Phoenix, didn't they? So we just put it all together.
I mean, honestly, you could sit for hours and see the thing is about it as well. See, when you go onto Facebook and you type in what name you like, you always find guaranteed either somebody has it mid-sentence,
Yeah.
or they have that name, and you're like, back to the drawing board with that one then. Because there was a few times where I found that, where I've actually found it, like if I wanted a group name, it would be like either mid-sentence, and I'm just like, nah. So I just used my initials. I just went LH and then put Richie in it, and then just put paranormal at the end of it. That's the way I done it.
Yeah, mine was easy. I said, what are we doing? Residential hauntings. That's a good name.
That's actually.
And then I copyrighted it so no one else can use it.
Do you know that's the problem you've got, because I think it was Team Spirit Paranormal had a grievance because somebody else went Team Spirit Paranormal, and I think it was causing a bit of friction there. But oh no, definitely, I think always the beginning is always the hardest, and I think, like in the paranormal, I don't know about anybody else, but I always find that the first year's the hardest. It's like a relationship. First year's always the hardest.
Yeah.
We've wanted to chuck the towel in a few times.
That many times, and we've had that many people from different paranormal groups, that have been there through
We've had
everything.
3 people that have held us up, like majorly, and that's obviously my mum, Ali, and a really good friend that I won't name on here, but she knows who she is.
I wouldn't throw the towel if I was you ladies. And I know it's easier said than done, and it's easier for me to turn around and say, you lasses won't throw the towel in. But I say at the end of the day, you're throwing the towel in, and they're letting them win. But see if you turn around and say, you know what, we're staying, whether you like it or no, you can go fuck yourselves.
That's
But
our
we're staying.
attitude.
Yeah.
That is our attitude. We're staying whether you like us or you don't. You don't have to sit there and watch us.
You
Don't.
never have to work with us. You never have to watch our lives. So I don't care.
And it's at the end of the day, for what I see in your group, yous are what, are over 1k too? Over 1k, halfway to 2k, Kim, I mean, so that does say a lot, ladies, come on, let's be fair. Jesus, yous are away by me at 1,000, my group's sitting at like 100 or something, but to be fair, I've just not really had the time. Andy, you can't change your name as I have to redo your video media. I actually really like your work, Andy. I was actually considering coming to see you for Frightners for a video. The hardest part for me is what the constant.
Actually,
Everybody has a problem.
Dobbs that actually did our logo for us.
Yeah, he actually did our logo.
Do you know Spig did my logo for LH Witchy Paranormal, because I've been out a few times with Rigger, and the wee devil didn't tell me he was quite the artist, and he'd done a logo or something that I'd seen, and I was like, I actually really like that. And my last famous words when MD asked me is, what design do you want? I'm like, well, shock and surprise me. Just do whatever. And he came up with something, and I really freaking loved it. And that's the one that I've got up now in LH Witchy Paranormal. I actually really love it because it suits me to the ground.
Yeah.
Sarah Louise says, if you watch the videos at night, would it be Phoenix nice? Hey, Bri. I'm surprised no one has asked my name. That's because I like yours as well. Bri's asking, where are you based, girls?
Shropshire.
Oh, I will do, Andy. I'll drop you a message. Because we did have a video for Frightners, obviously, at the beginning. But because I had to change over StreamYard, unfortunately I lost it. I was like, Oh, Mark says he's in Stratford. Mark Reynolds. If you're looking for somebody to speak to, this guy is really, really a good guy to go to. Really very knowledgeable as well.
Oh, wow.
Eric says, now you have to get out low and play with your new toy. In this fucking weather, it's been pushing the rain. Hence, lassies, why my hair looks like a riot and I look like I've been just dragged through a bush. Sideways.
You always look like that.
Fuck you. Listen, I'll have you know, it doesn't matter how many times I try and straighten this mop, it never happens. It just goes back to...
I have that problem.
So why don't I just shave off my hair then? Yeah, Britney Spears. Hey Rita. Hey Robert. If you ladies had one place you would love to go and investigate anywhere in the world, where would it be?
You want to go to? I want to go to Edinburgh Vault.
Yeah.
Oh, that's actually
Good choice.
good choice.
Edinburgh Vault. I've always wanted to do it, and it's something that we kind of want to do next year, isn't it? We want to go on a little.
No. We don't want to do it. You do, and you always get what you want.
We want to do a little mini tour of Scotland and go to all the weird and wonderful places over there. One weekend, just jammed with investigation.
One of the places I would suggest that to use to go and definitely when you're up in Scotland, apart from Edinburgh Vaults, and I always recommend this place to MD is Lennox Castle. Lennox Castle used to be a asylum.
Oh wow!
And it shut down in 2000 odds. I've been to it. The atmosphere for day to night is mind blowing, really mind blowing, really tell. And when I'm on a live, I tend to try and keep myself composed and be professional as much as I can. And Robbie was with me and Scott, because I used to be in Robbie's team.
Yeah.
And we were up in Lennox Castle and we heard like a scream. It was far away, so I thought I'd debunked it in my head and said it'll probably be kids fucking about. But bearing in mind, Lennox Castle's in the middle of nowhere, right? It's next to Celtic's training ground. So I'm thinking, right? And then the scream got closer. And I went, what the fuck is that? On her live, I was like, what the fuck is that? And then, forgetting I was actually live, to be fair, ladies. And then it came further and I went, no, whoa, I don't like this. And I think that's the only time ever that I've ever, an investigation, felt a bit, oh, wait the fucking no, this is playing a bit of devil advocate here. My friend also, he's like me, he doesn't scare easy. And he had an experience up in Lennox Castle where we were like that away from each other. And there was a big sigh in his ear, and I've never seen him jump so fucking high. See, if you had land, it would probably land in my arms. And honestly, Steve has been through like locations, he's shouted, tried to get a reaction. Nah, but he got a reaction, and I've never seen him jump like that.
Oh,
I was like, ho ho. So I always recommend it, definitely. I would love to do a challenge up there and just stay up there all night. I don't know if I would last, but I'll try and get a pair of bash. Hey Irene. Hopefully coming up to Scotland next year at some point. I'll make sure they have the barriers up so they don't like in you English prick. Stephen says, I'm wanting to do Edinburgh Waltz, but it's expensive, so why done my teams up with your two teams and split it? There's an offer for you ladies.
Yeah, that's good. That sounds good. Definitely up for that.
Bryce says, I've done a couple of castles over your way, girls, and tried a pub, but it's been renovated. My wee Japanese warrior, Irene, she doesn't scare too easily because she's almost seen everything. Where's Nikki now? Nikki now's got a sore back. Yeah. Nikki now was doing too much Tai Chi.
Yeah, in the woods.
That poor boy gets it all the time. That's Nick Millay that we've got. Nick is like my second in command for my two shows. He's from America. He's really, he's a good guy. He's a really good guy. I'll remember that, Lois. Listen, I'll be at the barriers, don't you worry. So, what you guys doing for the weekend? Are you out investigating?
Yeah, we're at a residential tomorrow, aren't we?
Yeah, private one.
A private residential. We were there 2 weeks ago, and we got an historian, didn't we, to do some research on the property. And some of the things that we found coincided with what research she'd found. So we're going back tomorrow to try and dig a bit deeper and to do our first ever home cleanse.
That sounds really, really good. Really good.
Yeah. Any problems, girl? Feel free to message me. It's my area of expertise.
I'll probably be on the phone tomorrow afternoon.
Yeah. So, the years I've been doing it, they do surprise you.
Definitely. Do you ladies prefer the private investigations?
No. We prefer.
I like my abandoned
Kat likes
places.
her abandoned places. I'm kind of more onto kind of like the paid events. I don't know why, I just do. I think it's because when you're on a paid event, you can see how other people work and how they use different techniques, and I think that's the one thing that kind of gets me, because not every team is the same.
Mm.
No,
I
I like my
love that.
abandoned spooky places.
I'm going to have to say that I'm with Kelly in this one. I don't like events. I just never have. Being at events or doing events, I think doing events, I think it comes with a shitload of responsibility, and it's kind of like I'm just no. I couldn't relax. See, if I was taking people like down to show them a building or doing an investigation, I couldn't relax. I couldn't, because you'd be wondering, where are they? Then head counting every 2 minutes. I'd be running about like a headless chicken, head counting them to make sure that they're all there.
If I did an event, I'd probably lose half my team people that was in charge. I'm like, oh, sorry, I don't know where they are.
Trust me, I lose half my team in a private house, so don't worry about that.
And it says, we will have to start calling him Grizzly Adams the amount of times he's in those woods. That's a good name for him, I'll tell me. I had that one. I did here Mashira Castle, but it was destroyed by the atomic bomb, and it's nothing like it should be, and I was disappointed because I couldn't see or feel anything except for outside, and I saw a little boy not from our era. Oh, that's a nice one, Irene. Me too, but I'm doing loads of churches of late. I actually prefer churches.
I don't.
Yeah, Stephen, the patients are sent to the events.
Yeah,
You must do.
I always say let someone else do the event and you just go.
Yeah. Somebody said to me, host an event. Nope.
No.
But sorry. Nope.
I've looked into it, but
Oh God.
I couldn't do it. It's just too much.
Definitely. And it's not even just that. You'll be up with excitement and thinking, right, is this done, that done, is everything in place, is the insurance in place, is the bill going to be all right, blah, blah, blah. I just couldn't do it. That's why, see, like, if MD's ever said about doing events, I just turn my nose up it. Nope. No way. I'm more of you. Like Kelly, I would love to just go into locations or get into abandoned buildings. Don't get me wrong, I'm a bit clumsy in the old legs, and the thing is, it's not the first time I've either ripped trousers or ended up hurting my legs.
I normally rip the window frames out in my fat house. I get stuck and the window frame comes with me.
Well, I'll tell you, Kelly, I was very impressed with myself getting through this small window, got in, took the pictures. Actually, I've still got the pictures somewhere. I'll post them onto Dark Phoenix. I was really proud of myself. I was like that. Got through the window, went out, and my foot went through the wood pallet, and my pal went to grab it. And I went, fucking leave me, I'm going to break my leg. I was like that, I'll come out, and I hurt my leg because it went right through. Wait to hear this. That didn't stop me going and investigating with Robbie. Me and Robbie investigated this place. Robbie ended up getting locked in all night. I scaled the wall, up onto the wall, right over the wall, landed on the fucking sore leg. I was like, yeah. That was all because I wanted to get home for a kebab. That was it. I was on a promise of a takeaway, so I was like, oh boy, I'm not staying here, I'm off. Lucky enough, the location was only like 10-15 minutes along the road, so yeah. Listen, we've all done it for food before, come on.
no, I wouldn't say that, no.
See, we find when we go out in abandoned places, we get more hungry. I mean, we sit there. It's like penny bears.
I'm sat there with my pepperonis and everything. I am.
Pepperonis, crisps. It's like, yep. So I
Yeah. Now yous are making me hungry here. I'm sitting here thinking to myself, what can I have when I come off this live?
Sneaky kebab.
No, actually, I had that the other night, actually. Thank you very much. Mind you. Now yous have got me thinking. I blame yous, ladies. I'm trying to go on a diet. Probably one of these seafood diets, but never mind, I do try.
If you're going on a diet, you'll have to switch to sugar-free iron brew then, won't you?
You can kiss my ass on that one.
Yeah, I thought as much.
If people could actually see behind the live, we are there like Teddy Bear's Picnic with our chicken. I have the chicken, the crisps, and we have bonbons, sour sweets, and we even take sandwiches sometimes.
Michaela, I'm coming to your house with the chicken. I will. Honestly, I'm coming to your house.
If you ever want to do a joint investigation, make sure you got Laurie Schaefer there, because she turns up with boxes and boxes of Krispy Kreme donuts. But,
These are all making me hungry.
We usually go with Alistair, and he's usually got a whole bag of goodies.
Yeah, because he's kind of our bodyguard, isn't he?
Yeah.
He's our little bodyguard.
So when we go on investigations with him, it's like, what have you got in your bag?
Yeah, because he's normally there with a big carry bag.
Blackjack, some hobnobs, and the whole works in there. So okay.
The only thing I won't share is my Kit Kats, isn't it? No one's touching my Kit Kat.
So if I want to win your respect, I'll bring you a shitload of Kit Kats.
We went over to meet Robbie in person the first ever time.
Mm-hmm.
He's Dylan, the one that he shares the house with, that he's really good friends with, his team member. He actually bought you
two packs of caramel Kit Kats, yeah.
Like with the 9 in them. He bought 2 packs.
Oh. Bribery gets you everywhere in the paranormal, love. Don't you know that? Yeah. See, I can bribe you with chicken, bribe Kelly with Kit Kats, bribe Ian with... I don't know yet.
Yeah, I'm a host. She doesn't even know. See?
See what I've got. See what happens. And then it says events are time limited, whereas abandoned places can be done at your own pace with no time limit. Irene says, I want to do another castle because the battles were bloody and fierce. Bri prefers abandoned places. Stephen says, when we did events, I scored more than you did. Alistair Stewart says, investigator-only events are best splitting costs and working with other teams, definitely, especially in this day and age. What's got into the field? Mark says, I love brewing Fridays and Abbey, especially in the daytime. So much to pick up, in my opinion. Lois, I have to go to bed soon. Good night, Irene. Sweet dreams. Supply of Kit Kats. Irene says he would kiss your butt. Vicky says, I never realised how many paranormal groups there were out there. It's huge.
Yeah.
There's too many. Good night, my love. And it says the best diet is seafood. Seafood, eat it. Definitely. How long have you been at it? Oh, sorry. How long have you been into it, Ian and Lois? I thought she was asking us how long we've been at it. That would be a lot of question.
Yeah, that would be very short then, wouldn't it?
I would say really. Well, let the old man answer first.
Wow, man. Well, I've been investigating over 25 years, but I've lived with it since I was 5, so a long time.
Really, I've had paranormal experiences growing up, and I didn't pursue it until about 2017, 18ish. Then I started pursuing it. I've been with a couple of teams, but I prefer to freelance because it gives me the world in my hands, basically, that I could go and say if I wanted to do an investigation with you ladies, come on day one with yours, go on day one with Ian, go on day one with Robbie, and then I'm not basically tied to him, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
I love that feeling.
My team go off and do other things. That's fine.
I know there is a lot of teams that are quite funny about you working with other teams, which I've never understood that whole mentality, but
See, we like working with other teams, don't we?
Yeah,
It's
I
nice
think
to kind of get.
you do. I don't.
You're just so awkward anyway.
I am. I'm socially awkward, so
But we think it's nice to go out and just share what you pick up and have a
Oh,
laugh
God.
when you're doing it.
Mhm.
You have
Oh,
to have
God,
fun
aye.
when you're doing it.
I do.
Mhm.
I scare you. That's fun
Yeah.
for me.
Yes, she does.
See, especially to create that energy to get a result, see if you all can sit and have a laugh, have banter. It's amazing the amount of results that you actually do get, but if you sit there and you're dead dour, or maybe somebody's not having a good day, maybe their dog died or something like that, it
Yeah.
can kind of put a spoiler on things because you just maybe know. I got that for a prank thing with one of the guys I know that pranks folk. He says to them, "What's wrong? Did you have a bad day? Did your dog die or something?" But yeah, it is. I believe it's totally. You've got to have a good atmosphere. There's just no point.
Yeah.
Definitely.
We do. Cal usually has a laugh on investigations at my expense. She'll tell me to go and put the cat ball down. And then she'll go, "Oh my God, what's that?" That's it. I'm out of that. I am like, I'm chicken. I will run. I don't know what I would do if a spirit actually appeared in front of me. I don't know what I would do. I've sat there and thought about it, and I'm thinking, well, if I just see legs or something, it won't be that bad. But if I see from legs up, I'll probably run.
So Michaela, you're quite like a jump scare
Yeah.
investigator.
Yes. I think I'm the worst for it. It's any slight noise. And the thing that bugs me is, you're not meant to be there either. That's the thing with the abandoned places. You're not meant to be in there, and you're investigating. It's like, oh God, that could be the police coming to take me out.
Do you know? I must admit, I've not had any. I've only had the whole time investigating. I think I've only ever had one dealings with the police, and they were more interested about the paranormal and if we had seen anything than who we were. It was more a question: what he's doing here tonight, ladies and gents? Oh, we're doing an investigation, and it was like, shh, let's scrap the police work. So, have you seen anything? What's that you're holding in your hand?
Yeah.
I was like,
But I, but the police was at 30 East Drive when they came in and said they were sceptical, and then a little girl spoke in the hallway.
I love haggis. What about haggis? Oh, haggis is shit.
No, don't
Then
like it.
again, that
But you don't like
Ian
any
says that
Lois.
it's not my fault. I'm racist against Scottish. Eric says, then you're going to do a million with me. Bri says, now just go with anyone besides. Hang on. And it goes, it's best to go with everyone. And anyone no ties in at your leisure. Bri says, I caught one today in one of the churches I've done. Oh, you need to tell us, Bri. Mark says, I've never once run. I'm too curious. Please don't bother you as soon as you mention paranormal. They probably think fucking weirdos and then walk away. And they say anyway, things in your hand in the dark, Lois. Well, there's a few stories, Mark. There's a few stories. The one of me not guilty, Your Honour.
I suppose the one unfortunate thing about the police turning up is we tend to wear the same colour gear burglars do.
Yeah.
It's just never understood.
You're
that.
always in dark hair.
Why do we all dress in dark clothes to go investigating?
I've often wondered that because I film in full spectrum and it always looks like I'm wearing pink. I'm starting to question that myself, really.
Your inner Tigress is coming out.
It always looks like we're wearing pink hoodies.
Maybe that's something we should do for 2024. Investigating bright clothing like lunar yellow or red or pink.
Aye.
I'd be good if I got stains on my hoodie.
That's probably why we do it in dark clothing.
Just listen, just dress like you have gone to a rave. Just go luminous colours and see what happens. Oh, how fun would that be? What colour will you be? Probably, do you know what would be hilarious? If you actually shone one of them on somebody that was dressed up like they were going to a rave, it would probably be fucking black that came back through. No, man. Do you know, when I go on investigations, I don't tend to wear black at all. To be fair, apart from a jacket maybe, but like clothing-wise, I just grab whatever comes to my hand. And going back to London's Castle, thank fuck I had trousers on pyjamas underneath the jockeys that I wore that night. Fucking got a hole in my arse. I was trying to go down this tunnel, but this tunnel was like that. And the next thing,
Yeah, that's enough to scare the ghosts off, isn't it?
We went to Penny Pinchers in Stockport, wasn't it?
Yeah, is it
Hallam Mill? We got in, we went into the first room, and I had a wardrobe malfunction. Bearing in mind, there's CCTV in every single room. I bent over to put the music box on the floor, and my trousers split all the way from like my leg, all like my butt. It was around my belt, and I'm like, oh, and I'm like trying to hold it. I'm like, hey, go and get my coat. I'm investigating. And every time I go to sit down, I can hear it just slitting even more. And I'm like, no, this isn't happening. This really is not happening. By the time I got home, it was down my leg. I thought, this is going like way too far.
Yeah, I must admit, it isn't bad. I didn't even realise I'd done it, Michaela, to be fair. I was just sauntering about, and they were like that. Louise, you have a hole in your trousers. And I was like, a hole? Where? And I'm like, Robbie was there as well. And I was like, where? And then I felt it and I went, thank fuck, I've got PJs underneath this. No. I was like, oh, wow.
My feet when I got home was about that big. From where it happened to where it stretched to by the end of the night. I was even Googling on the breaks how far Asda was to go and get a pair of jeans.
And how far was Asda?
A 20-minute walk. I was like, I can't walk that far. I'll end up with flares.
I can imagine if we stopped you for indecent exposure.
After it happened, I was that self-conscious. I actually walked into the door frame and it was caught on camera and the man at the front was laughing. I was like, oh my God.
I always say to my team, there's more than one reason why I carry electrical tape.
Well, Eric just loves black. We should just dress up like the Teletubbies. Oh my Lord, Eric. And it is yeah.
Oh, that'd be funny.
That should be the new dress fashion in the paranormal world. Just go dressing up like you're going to a rave with the glow sticks. If it's not the cat balls that will come under fire, it might as well be glow sticks. But what's the best evidence you lasses have ever caught?
We were at an abandoned house, weren't we? We were actually checking out the outside of it, and we didn't notice it. Kel did a little live. We didn't notice it until we actually got home, and she rewatched it, and she pans around. So it's on a window, but it's like on the second story, isn't it? Then she turns away because there's nothing in the window. She turns around to talk to me, turns back.
No, there's something in the window before I turn
Oh,
around.
yeah,
and
you're
then
staring at it.
I don't know why it was focusing on that window, and I turned around to speak to you, and
gone.
it disappeared when I've gone back to the window on the video.
And we sent that to numerous people, didn't we, to try and debunk
But
it.
there's literally a man's face in the window.
And half hour before that, she was trying to get me in to go inside it through the toilet window. So I'm glad that I didn't go inside because it was kind of a big drop. And if someone had been on the opposite side of that door, I wouldn't have been able to get out. I'd been stuck in the toilet. And Carol would run and leave me there, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
Yeah. She'd run and leave me there.
To be fair,
You
I
did
would
that.
probably do the same.
You did that to me. You heard footsteps upstairs, and you literally jumped out the window and ran. You left me
you
stood
in
there.
Always good to
I think
nice.
I must admit, you two do sound like a right to go and investigate it because I could just imagine Michaela just hearing something and go, shoom.
I remember running off on one investigation because I heard something. I'm running with the K2 and it's flashing in my hand. I'm like, I'm still running. I don't even know why I was running, but I was running. Like, oh my God, it's so embarrassing.
Oh, see, that's what probably makes me investigating more fun is if you can actually get jumped right easy.
You always said you wanted to do a bloopers reel because that would be so full. We've got that many bloopers. It's just
It's you getting scared, me falling over my own feet,
and then me going in. What is it? The letter 8? No, it's number 8.
oh yeah, with that church.
Oh, I'm not the only one that's left Cal in a building. We were doing a church. He'd watched American Horror Story the night before. You know, the pig man in it.
Yeah.
Well, we're outside in the middle of nowhere, you know. There's sheep around in the other fields.
I didn't know there were sheep.
And I'm like, what's that? And she's like, oh, it's the pig man. Runs off.
I locked her out of the
outside
church.
the church. She locked me outside. She runs in, going, the pig man's out. It was only a sheep coffin. Half an hour it was the pig man.
I love it when things like that. I used to love, see, before I actually took up investigating properly, I actually went out with my friends and we went to this castle. It's in the middle of here in Maybole, and beautiful place. And went there as pals, you know, messing about with your pals and that, right? So goes across the field, gets to this place. So we all split off. And I found this like wee bit of a ducket where you could go down. So I went down it and I realised that you could fit my hand through to grab MD's feet that was bypassing. And my pal was just walking. And to be fair, I didn't know whose foot it was. And she just was walking by and I just went like that, grabbed her foot. I swear to God, they could hear it in air. She was screaming. And see, even when I came out to try and calm her down, she was like that. Something grabbed me. And see, when we tried to tell her, it was me that was grabbed you. It was my hand. My hand did it. She was that high because she got such a fright. Do you know, she was like calling me all the bastards. Thank God social media wasn't a thing back then, or I would have been fucking well plastered over. That's what I say. Life was so much simpler back then when you didn't have social media. But then again, I can't really say that because if I didn't have social media, then I wouldn't meet you guys, wouldn't meet Ian, I wouldn't meet MD. So in the negative light of social media, there's always a positive.
See, we found that, haven't we? I mean, meeting Robbie, that was...
I'd had him on my friends list for God knows how long, and I didn't even know he existed, to be honest.
And then to finally actually
And
meet
then
him in person this year.
We started talking to him. He's now our Parapops, isn't he?
Yeah. We call him our Paracops.
That doesn't surprise me. It doesn't surprise me. I'd spoke to Robert a wee while ago.
Doesn't he?
Yeah. But then
I've done a few.
we've made friends in America, haven't we?
Mhm. A lot of my friends are in America and England. Like Nick. Like Nick is a really, really great guy. I don't actually have messaged him to say if he's alright, because it's no like I'm not to come. But I knew about his back anyway. So, but as I said, I've made a lot of connections in America through the paranormal. So,
But then we've had to lose a few, haven't we? Because they're just too toxic, and I don't want that.
No.
and sometimes I guess that's what you have to do, lasses, to get to the good. You have to take out the bad, no matter how painful it really is. And what I will say to you, girls, is look at how far you have came now. So I wouldn't throw the towel in, because if you think about it, you know, like I say about my podcast, right? Like on a Friday night, why this one is why I made the suggestion of this one was because of COVID, and a lot of people weren't out on a Friday night and people were stuck in the house. And sometimes, like I've been at the point sometimes like I just can't do this anymore. But then I think of all the viewers that I've got, and I think of them, and I think, well, this
That's what it was like when we wanted to shut it down. We used to sit there and think, well, we've worked hard to get the followers that we've got.
And there's people on our page that we haven't, they're not just associates that we class as followers, you know, we know them personally.
Yeah. We've made some really good friends along the way, and it's like to ruin that just because people can't
Be nice.
leave us alone.
Then
and the way I see it as well, guys, you have got good following, as you say, like doing things like investigating, doing things like podcasts. Your viewers then become basically like family, and a lot of them that are in the chat tonight are a lot like family. Because as much as what I get to the guys tight, I'll always get to the chat tight. I know if they write a cheeky comment, I'll give them it back. But what to take for this show of the night, ladies, is that, and I know Michaela, you were a bit funny when I reached out at first. What to take for this show and what to take going forward is that no everybody's bad, no everybody's out there to hurt me. And what to there is some good. Just don't tell Ian that I'm good, right? Because see, I've got a reputation to live up here, the ladies, kind of mean.
No chance.
But I suppose you've got to weed out the arseholes to meet the people that are good. That is the one thing. And I get up. See if MD says anything about me now, I'm just like, whatever. I'm too busy doing podcasts to worry about what MD's thinking about me, because I've got what subjects am I getting, who am I going to be having, you know what I mean? So it's just like that sort of way. But girls, please don't throw the towel in. He's doing well.
Yeah,
See, we stopped doing what I like, and that's the abandoned houses. We started doing more events, so we weren't put in a position where we could bump into
anybody,
the other group and stuff like that. And
it was just a case of, at the time, it was easier to do the paid events. So we've started going back out now, haven't we?
Yeah.
It feels strange. But it's good.
You still sat there on edge, like, are they going to turn up? Have they got spies on our page? Do they know where we are? And I just sit there and think, do you know what? No, we're going to enjoy this investigation. We're going to have a laugh. We're going to go home, and I'm just going to sleep for a week.
They're probably not going to like what I say, but see, at the end of the day, I would give them fake locations. I'd put up fake locations where you're going. Send them in the opposite direction, so when they turn up with right fannies, then they're going to discover. In fact, I'll tell you what actually came into my head there is I love Police Academy. Absolutely love Police Academy. And the first Police Academy where they send the two cadets to the gays bar. And they were like, you know, that's just my sense of humour, but Caroline, that's just me. But personally, I would just send them in the opposite direction. I would just send them into places that are a million miles away, but they'll never.
We try not to go out, just us two at the moment, don't we?
Yeah.
So we have a couple of friends that have got the bug of it now, haven't they? They love investigating, so they'll message us on a Thursday, won't they, or a Friday, and say, "Do you want to investigate this place?" It's like, yeah, go on then.
Do you know what it is? It's a good feeling. See, when you do get that bug and that room, you go out and investigating and getting the results, and you know you can't. You can't honestly put that down in words to how that feels. I've had really good class A's with the first ever team I was with, and I still talk about them. And I've been away for that team for years now, but I still talk about them because I still get that feeling of, oh my God, did that actually happen?
Yeah. See, we trying to explain to other people that don't investigate, look, we can be sat around for 2 hours for a ball to flash. Everyone thinks it's just go, and sometimes it's not.
When people put their videos out, they edit them, don't they? So it's like
the highlights.
It's all the highlights.
They think it's like that when you're out, and it's like, no, it can be completely opposite. I mean, you could be sat there for 6 hours and not get anything.
I do it all the time, don't I? I sit there, it's like, okay, I'm bored now. Can you do something?
Do you know what really annoys me is when you get to the end and you think you've sat there 6-7 hours and you're like, right, well, we caught a night, it's getting a bit cold, we'll go home. And you start packing up all the gear and everything just goes off at once. Yeah. And you're like, are you fucking kidding me? On cameras are off, everything's off packed. You're just like, fucking hell, are you kidding me?
I've had the opposite. I actually set the cameras up one night at our house and the front door opened itself. The handle went down, the door opened, and then the handle. And I'm stood there, I've got the camera in my hand, ready to put on the tripod, and I went, I don't believe this. And then for the rest of the night, I had the REM pod go off twice, and that was it.
The spirits could be one of the mischievous. Oh, they're just there. Net says Robbie's a good June. Belle says gotta love it, toxic. Hi Kerry. Mark says I'm so at home with paranormal friends and how welcome they have made me feel as you to it all. Annette says don't throw the towel in. This could be the making of a you start. Mark says just avoid ego folk there a lot about. Eric says we have to watch that C word. Facebook doesn't like it. It's not the see you next Tuesday. There's definitely the para family, then there's the eco weirdos, definitely, Alistair. Lois and Ian, what's your most favourite piece of equipment when you're out investigating? Vicky, I would turn around and say I am not really into equipment anymore. I don't know why. I don't know if it's because I've started looking old school and I've just wanted to see what it would be like without equipment, get a feel of the place. I don't really bother anymore when it comes to equipment, to be honest with you.
I'd say probably my digital recorders or my full spectrum GoPros are probably the best. Because you get
I love 10,000 rods. Absolutely love them.
Don't get me wrong, I've had cracking results on the Panasonic, the wee square grey one. I've really had cracking results in that, and there's things that I've heard on that that gives me goosebumps even speaking. So if I had to use equipment again, it'd probably be that one. But the problem with that one is that it costs like 1,000, 3,000 or something. But it's really, really expensive. It's a pain in the arse. I'm winning the lottery and I'm buying that fucker.
A bit of advice I'd give to Vicky if she wants to use audio equipment: get 2 different recorders, because I will get stuff on one and not the other, and vice versa.
That's what we've got, isn't it? We've got 2 recorders.
Depending on which location I'm in, you don't know what frequency they're speaking on, so it's nice to have a better range, let's say.
Eric made us all a REM pod. I've actually got the REM pod. I'll go and grab it in 2 seconds. Send him to Lois, he'll never be the same again. You've been listening too much to that barrel. The Blue Oyster Bar. I love the Blue Oyster Bar. Tape and digital recorders.
Yeah.
But I don't know what's happened to me, but it's just changed me. Like, I would use equipment, but I've kind of like pulled away from all the equipment and just thought the best equipment that probably humans have is off the senses.
Yeah.
So I've kind of pulled away that way. Not that like I would ridicule anybody that uses equipment. Fair play to them, ken what I mean. Each to your own. But like, as I said, if I had to go back to equipment, definitely Panasonic one. Because that's really good.
I use the gadgets, but I like to back everything up. It's mainly for the clients, because if there's something in the room, they can't see it. So
Exactly.
If equipment's going crazy, that's something for them to see, isn't it? But,
and I think making them a part of it as well, probably. Don't get me wrong, you'll probably have some people in houses that will be right in, hands-on, wanting to get to know everything, and you'll have people that are quite, wait now. So I'm all right. I'll just watch Emmerdale while you go around the house and see if there's any. But I'm fine.
Yeah, it does make me laugh when you get people who give you all these stories about what's going on in their house, and then you get a voice on an audio and they're clapping themselves. In living here with full apparitions, what are you worried about a voice? But,
I'd be wanting them to pay rent. I'd be like, aye, you can live here, but you can pay rent. My sister keeps saying about like the house I'm in now, but the problem is, I know you're supposed to do the old protection, right? And probably I'm the world's worst for not doing it. So I probably have got a house full.
Yeah.
But
be honest, like, who's going to haunt you?
Thank you. My gran haunts me. Thank you very much. Sorry, Gran. But do you know, that's how I always know if a psychic medium's as good as what they say they are, because there's always been psychic mediums that I've met that pick up my gran like that. See if they don't, then I'm kind of with them. Because, do you know, me and Viv, and I speak highly of this guy, I really, really do. But we did a show by a guy called Ad. This guy he's just amazing. He's really good at what he does. He does healing, everything. And the first time he met me, he made some ground like that, and he was going on about it. And I was like taken back by him. I was like, oh, holy shit. What about you, ladies? Do you have a psychic medium in your team, or do you go by your own senses?
Own senses, isn't it? Something that we can go into somewhere, you kind of get the feeling in the pit of your stomach, isn't it? It's like, ooh, this isn't a very good feeling I'm getting. Sometimes we can go in and you can feel it. It's not even in the pit. Sometimes it's like, you get like the heavy sense, don't you? So you know that there's something there that shouldn't be there, and it's like, okay, yeah, let's put the equipment there because there's something here. But you can actually see them, can't you?
No.
You see the one in our house.
I've seen, yeah.
Yeah, she's seen the one in our house.
Somebody's giving Kelly a compliment. Kelly's good at communicating with Kit Kats and K2s. Mark says, brave ghosts are really, really mentally disturbed with Tom Lowe's. You leave my personality disorder out this, you Fanny.
We were on a private hire, weren't we? We hired a place between us and Alistair. We went out to investigate, and we were inside, and Cal was like, do you want a K2? Do you want a Kit
I
Kat?
walked in and I was like, anybody want a Kit Kat? And the K2 went straight to red, so she gave one.
No, hungry too.
Listen, spirits appreciate, the good
No,
old
she took it
Kit
back.
Kats as well.
She took it back within like 5 minutes. It was there, and she took it back. She needed it. It was her Kit Kat.
I can imagine Kelly handing it as a sort of begrudging thing. I hear you going and thinking, you bastard, I'm eating that. Just you get your fucking filthy paws off it.
Yeah, but you're dead, so you can't eat it. I'll have that back.
Hey, spirits like Kit Kats too. I could believe that. Tomorrow night, guys, I am on Shadows and Light. And instead of being in this seat, I'm going to be where Dark Phoenix Paranormal is tomorrow night. I'm the guest instead of the host. So I will be speaking to the lovely Annette and Lynn. So it'll be interesting. Don't go too hard on me now, Annette, come on. But I'm looking forward to it, definitely. Yeah. On Monday night, you have those two good-looking men for the Dark Mirror show. They'll be talking aliens, as always. But definitely check us out. Check these girls out at Dark Phoenix Paranormal. They have a group. Go and give them a wee join. They are good. They are good. But I just want to thank you, ladies. I know how difficult this must have been for you, and I hope you have had a good time. And I've made it as painless.
Yeah, we've enjoyed it.
Painless as possible. But definitely give the guys definitely join their group, guys, without a doubt. And remember to be kind to each other because you just don't know what you're dealing with. All right. Right, guys, we will catch you next week. Have a good weekend.